one. Hey, I get asked all the time, can I reuse gaskets on my small engine repair? The short answer is absolutely. Just depends on how the condition of the gasket is when you take it off. If you take two pieces apart and half the gasket comes off on one piece and half the gasket comes off on another piece, like this, for instance, on this Walboro I think it's like a LTB double barrel carburetor, and when I separated the float bowl, it's just absolutely, the gasket is just hard and crumbling. There's just no way to salvage that. You would have to buy a new gasket and be super careful when you go to clean this gasket surface not to gouge any of these mating surfaces. Be super careful not to damage any of the orifice tubes or anything. Best thing to do is soak it in some carburetor cleaner, and it should just slough right off after it soaks in some carb cleaner for a little while. These little Walboro carburetors are pretty neat. They have two complete main jet systems, two separate main jet systems. And a lot of the times, some of the stuff that I see wrong with this carburetor is the float actually gets worn out. You can see that float pin is actually worn inside of that where the carburetor is, the float tab and the float itself. I've seen this thing wiggle around in here so much that it actually will get hung up inside the carburetor during operation, and the engine will just flood its butt off. Now, when it comes to these rubber gaskets or these Viton or neoprene gaskets, I almost always replace these. These are intake gaskets for a Briggs & Stratton V-twin, and every time I go to take them off, they are deformed, and sometimes you can just take and flip it around and it'll go for another round or two, but normally I'll just replace these. They're not that expensive, and as you can tell, these are a lot more plump. They're not deformed and squished. Once they get a memory set, they just don't want to seal good anymore, if you catch my drift. These coated paper gaskets, now I'm kind of flickering that in the light just a little bit so you can see this has actually got a coating on it. And sometimes that coating will come off, and but the gasket would still be, usable. You can actually take this gasket and just give it a couple sprays with some copper coat or some high tack, and this gasket will be ready to go again with no issue. Same as like a Honda gasket, like that one. And this holds true for air filters as well, especially the ones that have the neoprene rubber outside. If that doesn't fit the housing good, just replace it. The filter may look fine, but it's not going to make a good seal because it's just not, that plastic shrinks over time. For instance, on this float bowl, you can tell that gasket is flush with the carburetor body. That should be protruding up just a little bit, so that when you put the float chamber or the float bowl, this is the carburetor body, excuse me, if this gasket has shrunk and you go to put that float bowl on there, it's possibly going to leak. So it's just, just use your discretion and kind of go by, what I've told you, and you won't have any problems. Alrighty guys, I hope that short and sweet video helped you out, and if it did, give me a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. While you're there doing that, click that bell so that you get my new videos. Y'all have a good day. More Medic 1.